ultimately whatever you wish to do in your life. If you want to do anything successfully, you must have clarity, isn't it? How much clarity do you have is all there is, isn't it?
This channel is about gaining clarity and providing action plan. The way to gain clarity is by going through mindfulness and logical thinking to produce action plan. This is why it takes longer time, because I need to explain to you, I need to tell you why I choose this topic and what are the obscurities. After going through the logical thinking and the action plan, I need to wrap up, reiterate the point and make conclusion. Making you understand takes time. Therefore, bear with me and watch to the end. Watch this video to the end to find out. Emotional intelligence is a topic which most people kind of knowing what it is, but not really understanding what it is. Also not very clear about it. Here is a brief history. Peter Salovey and John Mayer coined emotional intelligence in 1990, describing it as a form of social intelligence that involves the ability to monitor one's own and others' feelings and emotions, to discriminate them, and to use this information to guide one's thinking and action. The key word here is monitor. Monitor feelings and emotions is to monitor something have already happened. This is not quite intelligent. My question is emotion solving versus emotion prevention, which is more intelligent. In a deeper sense, seeing emotions happen and manage it versus knowing what trigger the emotions and avoid it happening, which is more intelligent. Therefore, my point is emotional intelligence is not about managing emotions. It is about preventing emotions. This is more intelligent. Today, I will talk about this topic, applying logical thinking through reflection process. It is not psychological nor theoretical. It is scientific and logical. Watch this video to the end to be clear. Let's move on to stage 1, mindfulness. Stage 1, mindfulness. The topic today is solving emotions versus emotion prevention, which is more intelligent. Take one step to be more emotional intelligent. The basis of logical thinking is facts and information. Let's explore these two keywords, emotion and intelligence. The first question is, what is emotion? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, emotion is a conscious mental reaction, subjectively experienced as a strong feeling, usually directed towards a specific object, and typically accompanied by physiological and behavioral changes in the body. It is the limbic system in our brain that governs emotion, behavior, and memory. The limbic system has 3 parts: amygdala, hypothalamus, and hippocampus. Among these 3, hypothalamus functions as a regulator of emotion. It triggers sudden emotional responses and stimulates the release of hormone to regulate the emotions. In summary, emotion is a conscious mental reaction controlled by the different levels of chemicals in our brain. In other words, emotions are chemical release in response to our interpretation to a specific trigger in our brain. Emotions come first, then feeling comes after as the emotion chemicals go to work in our body. That means feelings are the experience of emotion chemicals. The second question is, what is intelligence? According to the Collins Dictionary, intelligence is the ability to think, reason, and understand instead of doing things automatically or by instinct. Now we have the facts and information. Let's move on to stage 2 and stage 3, logical thinking and action plan. Stage 2 and Stage 3, logical thinking and action plan. See how it makes sense. From the facts and information, in a nutshell, we have understood that number 1, emotion is a conscious mental reaction controlled by the levels of different emotion chemicals in our brain. Number 2, emotions are chemicals released in response to our interpretation of a specific trigger in our brain. Number 3, emotions come first, then feelings come after as the emotion chemicals go to work in our body. In other words, feelings are the experience of emotion chemicals. Number 4, intelligence is the ability to think, reason, and understand. Now, do you understand what is emotion, how it is triggered, and do you understand what is intelligence? If you do, my next question is, what do you see? Because if you do understand, you will see clearly. If you don't see it, you are not clear. And if you are not clear, that means you don't understand. Here are what I see. Number 1, all these happen internally. Number 2, all these happen at the brain level. Number 3, it is our interpretation that trigger the emotion chemicals. Number 4, feelings are the experience of emotion chemicals. It is not the other way around. It is emotion come first, then feeling. Number 5, if you see the emotions, that means the emotion chemicals have been released. Do you see it now? If you see it, then how do you interpret emotional intelligence now? Putting these two words together, how do you interpret? The key words of intelligence is think, reason, and understand. Are you intelligent now? For example, if you are angry now, what do you do? Do you think, reason, and understand? Do you see that these three key words, think, reason, and understand, simply means turn to your brain and apply logical thinking, right? Here is the logic. It is the interpretation that triggers the emotion chemicals in your brain. Then these emotion chemicals go to work on your bodies and it becomes the experience of your feelings. Logically, since it is the interpretation that triggers the emotion chemicals, we should work on your interpretation in order to prevent triggering your emotion chemical. Does it make sense to you? According to the Collins Dictionary, interpretation is about what you think. Here comes the intelligent. Think smartly. To think smartly is to think, reason, and understand. Do you see the logic now? Do you see the point? Is monitoring and managing emotion more intelligent, or managing your interpretation to prevent emotion is more intelligent? Managing something have happened versus preventing something to happen, which is more intelligent. My message is prevent triggering emotion is more intelligent. And the action plan is to take one step. Turn inwardly to your brain and apply logical thinking. Logical thinking is to think, reason, and understand the truth based on facts and information. If you understand clearly, you will interpret it clearly. Clarity sets you free because seeing what makes sense is the truth, and the truth sets you free instead of triggering your emotion chemicals. In conclusion, prevent triggering emotions is more intelligent. Therefore, emotional intelligence is not about managing emotions. It is about managing interpretation because emotions are chemicals released in response to your interpretation of a specific trigger in your brain. To manage your interpretation is to manage your thinking. And thinking is about intelligence. Think, reason, and understand. Peter and John's concept about emotional intelligence is to monitor the emotions and take this information to guide them. I don't agree. Because when you see the emotions, that means the emotion chemicals have been released. Isn't it to prevent the emotion chemicals release is more intelligent? To prevent the emotion chemicals release is to stop the trigger. And the trigger is your interpretation. Therefore, emotional intelligence is about managing your interpretation. Manage it before it happens. Prevention is better than cure. Therefore, if you want to be emotional intelligent, take this one step. Turn inwardly to your brain and apply logical thinking. When you think right, you will interpret right. When you interpret right, everything will be right. Emotion chemicals will not be released. This is intelligent. We have gone through mindfulness and logical thinking to produce action plans. This is the way I show you how to gain clarity via reflection process mechanism. I am Alicia Tay, the certified professional coach and HRDF certified trainer. If you need extra help, either one-to-one or in a group, please visit my website, jjecorporatepro.com. I will continuously going through some topics to help you gain clarity via reflection process mechanism. I invite you to think about this. Is it more important for you to get motivated and know what to do but don't know how to do it? Or is it more important for you to truly understand how to do it? Suddenly, when you know how to do it, you know what to do it, right? Remember this. When you understand, you will be clear. When you are clear, you will believe firmly. When you believe firmly, you will be committed. And when you are committed, you will be passionate. Commitment and passions are the two key drivers for persistency, perseverance, determination, etc. Watch out for my next video, Reflection Time with Alicia Tay. If you find this video is helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell because you will be notified when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.